Good morning. It's your friend Marvin Stafford, the Smile Motivator. I had a great day yesterday. It was my birthday, and I got a lot of messages on Facebook and Messenger and Twitter and Instagram. So thank you all for the love. I really appreciate it, and I felt the outpouring of just love to your friend. Yeah, we've been talking about getting started with something new or something that you've been placing in your heart and getting past that fear. And I had somebody reach out to me and on Messenger, and when we talked a little bit on not FaceTime, but the Messenger system on Facebook, and they were talking about the fear they had of how God had put something on their heart, and it's like that with everybody. I'm not alone. It's not just me. We all have something inside of us. Like I said, Les Brown said we have greatness inside of us. So that was really cool that she reached out to me, and I was able to kind of coach her on the things that going on in her life and getting past that fear. But getting past the fear is the thing. You can't stay. And I let fear control too much of my life. 8 years of trying to get this ministry off the ground and playing with it, but it's about the dedication. So getting past the fear is the key. And it's one thing you have to understand in your life, whether you're trying to lose weight, which is I'm trying to do, you're trying to increase your mental capacity, which is I'm trying to do too, and you're trying to go forward in the physical, getting your dreams and your aspirations off the ground. You got to get past that fear. But one thing you got to understand, and I'm going to give it to you like I believe it. Okay? So bear with me a second. I read that God took dust from the ground and formed man. That's physical. That's the body. And the account says God blew into him the breath of life. That's the mind. And the man became a living soul. That's the soul part of it. So when I say the mind, I'm not talking about the brain. I'm not talking about the brain, because brain is physical. I'm talking about the mind. The mind is spiritual. So we are body, spirit, and soul, or body, mind, and soul. We are putting together a combination of three parts. And if you want to change a part, you have to change the whole. You have to work on the whole. You can't work on a piece and expect the whole to change, the whole person to change. If you're trying to lose weight, yeah, you do the physical, you can do all that stuff and you lose weight. But what happens if we're not mentally prepared, if we're not emotionally prepared for the new person we're trying to become, we gain the weight back. And it's the same thing with your dreams and aspirations. If you're trying to move forward in the physical and you haven't prepared the spiritual or the mental or the emotional, you're just going to play with that thing. You're not going to move at the speed in which is placed in your heart. And that's all. That's what I'm trying to say is the thing about moving forward is you got to recognize it's not isolated. You're not trying to work on your dreams. You're not trying to work on your weight. You're not trying to work on your improving your mental in a vacuum by itself. You got to work on the whole person, and that's where it starts. So we talk about the things that are natural, the things that we can touch and feel. It started somewhere. Steve Harvey talks about things that start in the mind. Well, that's a biblical concept, is that it starts in the spirit. Because like I just said, blew in the breath of life, that's mind or spirit. It starts in the spirit. So he said that people thought about flying on planes, and they invented the planes. People thought about sitting, talking to people around the world, and then they invented this phone or the cell phone, going around talking to people. So it starts in the spiritual first. And I don't want to get deep and wonderful on you, but it starts in the planning of the mind. It starts in the oh, I'm about to mess this up. Okay, it starts in visualizing, and meditating. As a man thinketh, so is he. Meditating on these things, and as I believe, we pull the things from the physical to the from the spiritual to the mental. But I read somewhere is speak to things not as though they were. Well, if we have, so God called into power, let there be and there was, there's light, let there be light and there was light. Instead of pulling it down, let's call it down. Because I am going to be fit. I am going to have a mental capacity that is sufficient for where I want to go in my life. My emotions. I am the master of my emotions. And I just call it down. Then we start to prepare and we read and we study and we journal. That's where that journal comes in. We journal. And that's what we're calling things that we don't have into the physical. So be it weight, be it being the dreams and aspirations, being getting the family back together, whatever it is, it starts with working on the whole person, okay? And the best way that I have found to do that is prayer. That's the best way I found to do it. It's going to God and understanding what you want to do, but don't know how you want to get there. That's fine. Harvey says that what we want is for us. How to get there is for God, and I do believe that. And I'm seeing it play out in my life because I didn't start moving until I started praying and praying consistently. And I prayed first for a while, and then those inadequacies started to God started moving those inadequacies out the way till it got to the wall. And I had to cry and pull and punch through the wall by just moving, but doing exactly what I'm called to do. Started planning it, the tears and the mental, emotional walls start falling down. I know this has been a little bit more serious today, but it's all right. We need all of it. Remember, I'm Marvin Stafford, and I'm reminding you that we are staying motivated in life eternal. Have a great and awesome day today.